not even need Bowers Game for?
Ahoy there, YouTube! I'm back again for a channel update. In this one, I'm going to start off with the information first, and I'll tell you why I'm doing a lot of this stuff towards the end. So if you want to hear that, stay tuned. But first and foremost, starting in March, so in about 7 days, actually, the first of the month I'm going to start doing this, I'm going to be giving a game away every single month on my Patreon account if you are a Patreon member, so consider checking that out. Right now I have 7 Patreon followers, so if you sign up, you're the only one who signs up. That's pretty good odds. It's 1 in 8 odds. It's 12.5% you're going to win a game, and those are either going to be new games from publishers or games that I take from my vault, which are the games that I decided I personally were not for me, but they're still perfectly decent games. Maybe they just didn't scratch an itch for me. Or a combination of the two. And I might be giving away numerous games from there, and I might actually be letting people pick the games that they specifically want out of the vault, which would be cool because there's probably like, I don't know, a couple hundred games in there. So if you're interested in that, consider supporting the Patreon down below. Another big announcement is I've improved the lighting, which I already got the big lights. If you didn't see the video a couple months ago, I had some big, like, professional photography lights now, which I'm utilizing. But I also installed a new LED strip on my ceiling up here, which is going to improve the face, the downward lighting, so whatever's actually on the table, hopefully. And there's a big reason why I'm doing this, which I'm going to tell you about in a second. The other big thing is I have not 1, but 2 microphones right here to test out, and hopefully one of these is going to be simple enough that I can start implementing it into every video and improve the quality at the same time, because if it's the kind of thing where I'm a little bit worried about how much I pound the table or bump the table or move around, or because that's one thing, I don't want to use a lapel mic because I move around a lot in my videos, and I've tried using a lapel mic and I've realized that it's not for me because it's just crinkle way too much. But the other huge news is that I'm getting a new iPad Pro 11. So this is going to open up a lot of potential for me. So the first thing is I've been having issues with my current iPad, which is what I shoot all my videos on right now. But this is going to have better video quality, so I can go up to 4K at 1080p, or 4K 60 frames per second. So if YouTube will allow it, I'm going to be able to put some absolutely amazing looking videos, which when you're looking at my face is not that big, but when you're looking at a board and when you're trying to look at cards for gameplay videos, this is going to be huge, because I know that sometimes it's not the easiest to see what exactly is going on in these gameplay videos, which takes you a little bit out of the gameplay. So with this, hopefully that is going to improve. Also, I'm getting a 256 gigabyte version of it, which means that there's going to be tons and tons of storage space that I can use on this thing, and now I can start recording longer games, meatier games, because as it stands right now, once I get about to an hour, I start getting really paranoid that the iPad's going to shut off, because that's happened 9 or 10 times to me when I'm trying to do these gameplay videos, and that's just incredibly frustrating, because if you notice it, you have the really annoying task of going back and trying to set up the game exactly where you were and then go from there, which means you lose all mojo, you lose all flow, and maybe that was an hour ago when you lost it. Or the other thing you can do, which I do a lot, is I just say, all right, I'm just going to finish this game and enjoy it and not record it, because that's what normal human beings do, but I'm not a normal human being. I'm about it. And I do this for some reason. Actually, I know exactly why, because it's awesome, and you all are awesome, and thank you so much for supporting my channel, because it's really cool. Doing this is really cool. Let me rephrase that. So, it's also going to be clearer. So I'm also doing 2 new segments we're going to be trying out. One of them I'm really interesting. You know, I've been doing the unboxing videos lately, and I've been getting a good reception from that. Not necessarily from everyone, but from the people who watch unboxing videos, that I put a little bit more personality, flair, a little bit different into the unboxing of them. But the other one, so I'm starting actually a different unboxing segment with my buddy Phil. And so there's going to be the same amount of unboxing videos. It's just that I'm going to be including my buddy Phil in some of them now. And he's a non-gamer, because I was like, all right, I would like to get the perspective of someone who doesn't play hobby games on a routine basis. Like, what do you think about all this insanity? He plays from time to time, but for the most part, he's not a big gamer. So what does he think about the miniature quality? You know, we might be like, oh, these miniatures are absolutely disgusting. He might be like, oh, this is really cool. And then, so when I show him like really nice miniatures, is that going to completely blow his mind? I don't know. I'm actually legitimately excited to see the reaction he has for these. Not to mention, it's still just an unboxing video, so you see what's inside the box. So I'm actually really excited about that segment. And then I'm going to do another segment, which is going to be a stream that hopefully I'll get out at least once a month with my buddy Nick, aka Flanny. He does some of the Gen Con coverage for me, he does with me, not for me, even though technically he's my employee, as he likes to call it. But we're going to start going through my backlog of games, and we are going to just play that game and give you our brutal, honest opinions on it, and he's going to be the chat master. And the big thing with this is his personality is very, very out there. So I PG-13 level, but way worse. I'm going to have to dial him back to PG-13. So I'm really interested to see how the live chat's going to go on that one, if anyone joins into the live chat and what he says, because that's going to be a stream. So I'm excited for that one, and I know streaming is getting bigger, so I'd like to at least dip my toes in it and see if it's going to be for me. Not to mention with the new iPad Pro, it'll actually look way better. So as I'm streaming the game, you'll actually be able to see exactly what's going on the game. Which brings me to another big thing I'm really excited about with this camera, which is that it's going to allow me to pursue dual angle videos. And I'm not quite sure how I'm going to be able to do this yet, but I know it's something I'm very excited to experiment with, where when you're watching a gameplay video, the really nice camera, the 1080p one, or the 4K one, is going to be focused on the game board, so you'll be able to see exactly what's going on with the game board, whereas my current camera, which you're looking at right now, and it looks just fine for like me and the dude, is going to be more for the people. So that way you'll be getting dual angled camera. Very excited to start implementing that and seeing how that works. So another big announcement is my partnership with Tasty Minstrel Games has gone over. It is done. So you're going to see their logo in front of a lot of my videos because I have such a big backlog of videos. But I am currently looking for a new sponsor right now, and that's a very exciting process. And that was something where Tasty Minstrel Games has been slowly sort of restructuring. I think they downsized and they got rid of my buddy Lance, who was doing their social media, because they were just not making enough money. So now they're really trying to find themselves and find that sweet spot where they can make money. And obviously I was not going to be a part of that plan just because I'm extra money that they would be paying. So I wish the best for Tasty Minstrel Games. They're very, very nice people, Daniel and Michael, and I like them a lot, and I absolutely wish them the best in Orleans. And what is it? Yokohama and Trade on the Tigris and Pioneer Days and Coliseum. They're still fantastic games that I'm absolutely going to still keep in my collection, and I'm really glad that they gave me the opportunity to do that. But now I am a free agent, and so I'm actually going to be working on an email that I'm going to send out to a whole bunch of companies pretty soon. And just so this is kind of some fourth wall breaking stuff, we'll start getting into that. What do I actually look for? And for me personally, what I want is to go to Gen Con. So I asked for 3 exhibitor badges, which are special badges that are for exhibitors. And how that works is a company just says, all right, I'll pay the extra money and I'm going to buy you the 3 badges. And then we get into the show, it's like an hour early every day, and we can leave 30 minutes late. I do believe it was something along those lines, which gives us way more time to get to where we need to be when we're doing interviews, get to games. We can start doing some interviews actually before the hall opens, which lets us get even more videos. And depending on how cool people are with that and how people are ready in the morning, that's even greater because we can get from point A to point B to point C to point D super duper fast because there's nobody there except for, some volunteers and some people working the booths who are ready for the crowd. Whereas normally at Gen Con, that same A to B to C to D might take me 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes just to walk, let alone not even doing the interviews. So that, and I'm looking for them to cover the cost of a downtown hotel room, which I've been told is a steep price. I'm going to ask everybody first and see if my value is in fact not that high, which if it is, then I'll say I'll come back with something else. I'm not sure what that something else will be, but either way, you can expect a sponsor because I don't ever want to run a Kickstarter again. I really don't. It's always incredibly stressful on me, and by extension on my family. And I hate the whole like, hey man, come sign up, throw me a couple bucks once every year. I like the Patreon model. It just kind of runs in the background. Plus, I'm actually going to be able to give you guys a game a month, which is cool as well, as I mentioned. So check that out. So currently, Bowers Game Corner not sponsored by everybody, even though the Game Crafter did renew us for 4 more months on the Bauer Spotlight series, which is a series where they pay me X amount of dollars. I don't know if they feel comfortable with me telling you how much that is, so I won't, but normally I would. But it is, that's really cool, and I've really enjoyed that segment. And I gotta say, I found some really awesome Game Crafter games. Like Breakaway Football, if you like football games or if you like solo games, you have to check this one out. It really captures football really, really well. And Iron Helm is probably one of my favorite solo games of all time. Really enjoying that. Castles of Dawnstone is another one that I did a gameplay video for, an hour-long gameplay video. That's not part of the Bauer Spotlight series, so you know I'm not a shill. But that game is really unique and different, and I like it a lot. It's a deck-building game where you're actually going to be, you have a castle, and while you're deck building, you're actually upgrading your castle because it's also a worker placement game because some of the cards you get can allow you to place or move workers, and it is really, really cool. And I've talked to the designer of it, and he's not sure where he's going to go forward with the game, but he has ideas for expansions. He has ideas for, well, I don't want to reveal too much because I don't know if he's trying to keep it secret, but he has some really amazing ideas about that. That's Castles of Dawnstone. All right, Game Crafter. I talked about the Game Crafter extending us on, and that's part of the reason why we're actually going to get why I'm going to end the new iPad, because now I have that consistent, I believe it's making like $70 a month on the Patreon, along with the Game Crafter for 4 months, so I am going to be really making the dive on that expensive iPad in the hopes of really growing the channel big. And this is where I'm just going to be talking about fourth wall stuff. There's no more new announcements, so if you want to ship off, totally understand. Thank you for your time. Thank you for watching and subscribing and all that good stuff. I really do appreciate it. You are the best. But let's talk about why I'm doing this. And that's because I realized I'm getting to the point at around 6,200 subscribers where if I really put my heart into this, which I already do, but if I put it in even more, I think I can get some big growth, especially considering I'm actually a noob and I found something out that last week. So one thing that I was doing was I noticed that end cards. I was like, why don't I have end cards? There's now an easy way to put end cards in the end of the video. Those are those little cards at the end when you get to like the last 20 seconds that are like, click subscribe, click on the Patreon, click on this latest video, click on this video, which is the video that YouTube says you might like the best. Those things, because I get, a certain percentage that get to the end of the videos, and they're much more likely to keep exploring my videos if they have an easy option to do that. So I'm going to go back through 2,800 videos and add end cards. So as I was adding those end cards, I realized something because I decided to look at the most profitable videos I had, the videos that are making me the most pennies or dollars every day. And what I noticed was 17 out of the top 20 videos have tags on them, like tags you put on there. And so, for instance, if someone typed in deck building game, it might come up with my Dominion review. Or if someone typed in silly review, it might come up with a review for a silly game I did. So those are just the tags that I put on there. And I realized that I had not put in tags on any of my videos for like 6 years. So now I'm going to be going back through 2,800 videos, putting end cards and also putting the new tags on it, which is going to be a huge, huge process to undertake because there's no good, easy way to do that automatically, at least that I see. But that's really going to drive a lot more traffic, and so I want the quality to be higher. I see this as a potential year where Bauer's Game Corner could really grow and really grow fast, and I want to be able to seize that opportunity. I'm going to be more engaged on social media. I'm going to be more, I'm really trying to treat this place more like an office. I've worked hard on cleaning it up, which is going to be a shocker to you, but this is actually clean right now. So these are the last boxes that I have to take care of. These 4 boxes right here, once these 4 boxes are clean, this is now my office. This is where I'm going to try and keep it to be a workplace. So whenever I go downstairs, I am just like, all right, I'm not here to get on the computer. I am here to make quality content, good videos. But there has been this update. It's a little bit longer than I was expecting to be because I actually have to go to my kid's recital pretty soon. But if you're enjoying what I'm doing, please be sure, well, if you're at the end of this video, you're probably already subscribed, so don't click on the subscribe button because that will cancel it out. But let me know in the comments below what you think about these changes, and if you have any potential suggestions for me, absolutely, I'm all ears. You're someone who watches YouTube, so you obviously might have a channel that does something really cool, really distinct. Oh, and there's another segment I'm going to do, but we'll just keep that one a surprise. But let me know in the comments down below, and as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.